Hello and welcome to Night Fever, your fan podcast for Auckland FC. My name's Jenkins. This is episode 10, a match reaction to Auckland FC taking on Adelaide United at home at Mount Smart Stadium, where Auckland FC turned out 2-1 winners to go top of the A-League. We'll break down how the teams prepared, the lineups, the atmosphere at the stadium, each half of the match, some final verdicts on the players, the stats and key takeaways ahead of next week. Let's get into it. In the days leading up to the match, Auckland FC, as noted, were riding reasonably high in only their second A-League campaign. Early signals show that we are settling in nicely. The match preview noted that Mali Francois was expected to miss the game through a calf problem, meaning the Black Knights had to plan accordingly. Defender Nando Peinecker has returned to training, however not selected for today. He will be featuring at some point for the reserves tomorrow, which is great news for the Black Knights fans. From Adelaide United's side, the coach has selected an unchanged side that featured in their last outing, which signals confidence and continuity. So overall, it was pretty much the status quo for Auckland FC taking on Adelaide United at home in front of their home crowd, while Adelaide came in unchanged and eager to get on the board this season. The stakes, 3 points to keep Auckland near the top of the table and maintain their momentum. Taking a look now at the lineups for both teams. Both teams remain unchanged from their previous matches and fielding 4-4-2 formations. Auckland FC, Michael Val in goal, Sakai, Hall, Goodwood, Reich and De Vries across the back line. On the right, we saw Lockie Brook maintain his place and Randall on the left. In the middle, Jake Bremer and Louis Verstraete partnered up. Up front, Sam Cosgrove and Guillermo Mai continued their partnership. For Adelaide United, Dutch keeper Smits in goal, Perias on right back, Vrenz and Kikianis partnering up at centre back, Quito at left back, Yule was on the right midfield, Dakuli on the left. In the middle of midfield, Duzel and Alagic. Up front, Goodwin and Jovanovic. The key thing reported for Auckland FC was Gallegos was brought back into the provisional squad with a place on the substitutes bench. Additionally, Mali Francois, absent due to his calf issue, meant a change. For Adelaide United, the squad remained unchanged from their previous outing. So from Auckland's perspective, some tweaks on the bench with midfield and wing options and a continued reliance on the starting backbone, which has served us so well. Setting the scene, the match taking place at Go Media Stadium, Saturday, 5 p.m. kickoff, in front of an attendance of 11,240, some 3,000 lower than the previous week on our first home game of the season, and 7,000 lower than our average match day attendance across last season. But despite that, the mood among the Black Knights faithful, the Port, was upbeat early in the season, at home, and with a team looking sharp. The crowd's energy helped as Auckland chased to maintain dominance at home. It's worth noting that while 11,000 isn't massively large, the club and fans likely viewed it as a solid showing given the context of their second A-League season. The atmosphere, a welcome, ground-based crowd, pre-match build-up among the fans in Auckland, and the sense that the home side would want to impose themselves early. From the kickoff in the first half, Auckland looked to control the rhythm with a first half possession of 56%. Their goal, the opener, came in the 25th minute. Striker Sam Cosgrove converted his first A-League goal thanks to a curling dead ball delivery from Francis De Vries. He found Cosgrove at the back post, who steered his header into the net. The goal gave Auckland good momentum and seemed to suggest they had the measure of the visitors early. In general play, Auckland looked comfortable. They were dominant in possession, creating chances and looking to play forward. That said, Adelaide did not simply sit back and were dangerous in transitions. The fact they equalised right on the stroke of half-time shows that. And that equaliser just before half-time in the 45th minute, Adelaide broke free, Luka Jovanovic, who got clear of his markers and shot past Michael Vau to make it 1-1. The goal ended Auckland's attempt at a third successive clean sheet. The standout players in the first half, Cosgrove, of course, his goal, and De Vries for the delivery were standouts. Auckland's midfield and wide players looked to get at Auckland's fullbacks. On the negative side, conceding just before halftime is always a blow. It suggests a lapse in concentration at the end of the half. The defence and midfield perhaps transitioned poorly. From Adelaide's side, the fact they got an equaliser was a sign of resilience. They withheld Auckland's first major wave, kept working and snuck the reprieve just before the break. They likely felt the momentum shifting there. So going into halftime, 1-1, and while Auckland probably felt they were slightly ahead in the match, the concession of the goal would have given Adelaide belief. At the start of the second half, the pattern continued with Auckland trying to assert light control, but Adelaide staying dangerous. There was a key moment in the 66th minute when Adelaide almost took the lead. Auckland goalkeeper Michael Vau made a punch from a corner only into the back of a defender, and the visitors nearly scrambled a goal. That was a warning sign. Auckland's set-piece defending and concentration under pressure were being tested. Then, in the 79th minute, Auckland turned up the gears. The key sequence, Guillermo Mai chipped the ball into the area for Jesse Randall, whose header hit the post. The rebound fell to Louis Verstraete, who drilled the ball into the net. Verstraete's 79th minute strike giving Auckland a 2-1 lead, and at that point Auckland managed the game fairly smartly, running down the clock, making use of subs and feeding off Adelaide's attempts. Standout players in the second half for Verstraete. The goal was timely and showed composure in the box. Guillermo Mai, while he didn't get the goal, his vision and chip into the box instigated the scoring between the sticks. Defensively, Auckland had to remain on guard. Adelaide pressed, especially around the 66-minute mark, and their set-piece threat gave Auckland some headaches. From Adelaide's side, they perhaps lacked the finishing touch when the chances came, and once Auckland scored to take it to 2-1, they didn't manage to create the clear-cut chances to equalise. The final whistle blew, 2-1 to Auckland, Auckland taking all 3 points to go top of the A-League table. Overall, it was a strong performance from Auckland within the context of their second home game of the season. It showed that they can win tight matches, react when under pressure, and finish off with the lead. The early goal and the late second helped them get the 3 points. There were wobbles, being under pressure from set pieces, but they held firm. I'll just go through the Auckland FC team and give a rating. Michael Vau, he made some important saves, managed the goal kick and distribution well, but was tested on those set pieces. A couple of hairy moments when he punched the ball into his defender and was unable to gather it. I give him a rating of 6.7 out of 10. Hiroki Sakai, our captain at right back, he got injured early in the match with a hamstring injury on his left leg. He went off after 12 minutes and replaced by Callan Elliott. Callan Elliott came on, had an outstanding game and kept the Adelaide left winger, Takuli, firmly in his pocket, intercepting majority of the time and not letting him get past. It was a great outing by Callan Elliott, who proved he's got what it takes to step into the shoes of Sakai at right back. I'll give Callan Elliott a 7.2 out of 10. Moving on to Jake Gerwood-Wright, our centre-back. Solid performance again, winning those balls. He had a couple of runs as well. And at the very end of the game, he was able to hold on to possession by beating 3 players out on the left wing before putting the ball into Rogerson. I give Gerwood-Wright a 7.5 out of 10. Dan Hall, his partner at centre-back, he was on his game, but the moment of concern was when the equaliser came for Adelaide just before half-time. Perhaps a lapse in concentration when trying to mark his man. I give him a 7.6 out of 10. Francis de Vries on the left-back, very good attacking delivery with that assist for the goal. Offered width and service into the box. 7.6 for Francis. Jesse Randall out on the left midfield. Good work rate, causing problems to Adelaide's defence. And he came close with the header against the post. 6.9 for Jesse. Louis Verstraete in central midfield at the heart of a lot of plays throughout the game. Showed composure to finish the second goal. Energetic throughout. 7.9 for Louis Verstraete. Jake Brimmer, his partner in the middle of the field, he kept the midfield ticking, allowed Verstraete to get forward a bit more, but might look to be smarter going forward. A few loose passes in the swirly wind at Mount Smart this afternoon. 6.8 for Jake. Lockie Brook out on the left midfield. Great movement, link-up play coming inside, and a lot of fight and energy from the Aussie. It was quite an emotional day for Lockie. His grandfather had recently passed. You may have noticed the players and coach wearing a black tape around their arm to signify that event. A 7.4 for Lockie. Guillermo Mai, high credit. His chip for the second goal was a highlight. Offered energy, pressing and chance creating. 6.8 for Guillermo. Sam Cosgrove, Cozzy, our striker from England, he opened his account for Auckland. It was coming, and this is exactly what we signed him for, to get onto the end of those De Vries crosses. He leapt higher than the Adelaide defence with a great directional header into the ground, which went under the keeper and beat the defender who tried to keep it out. A well-executed header from that set piece gave Auckland the platform that they needed. 7.8 for the Englishman. So on to the man of the match. The official man of the match that was given on the pitch went to Sam Cosgrove for his goal and creating that platform for the win today. Great to see him get his goals underway. More to come, I'm sure. Now the floodgates will start to open. A few other candidates for me. Louis Verstraete in the middle. That key goal to get the winner. Lots of duels. He picked up a yellow card. Lockie Brook as well. Another player playing with all of his heart. Callan Elliott at right back. What a stand-in performance for him, taking over from the injured captain, Hiroki Sakai. He took care of the right side of the field with ease. Gertwood Reich, another great performance, solid from him. He is turning out to be one of the signings of the season for Auckland and didn't seem to put a foot wrong for the Black Knights. My man of the match, it's a tough one, but it's going to go to Louis Verstraete. Let's now take a look at some of those key match statistics. Ball possession, Auckland edging it 53% to Adelaide's 47%. Shot attempts, Auckland got 16 attempts at goal to Adelaide's 10. Of those shots on target, Auckland had 5 to Adelaide's 2. Passing accuracy just edged a little bit by Auckland, 82% accuracy to Adelaide's 79. The tackle accuracy was a huge one, 77% tackle accuracy for Auckland FC, only 45% for Adelaide, showing that Auckland are very dangerous in attack. And should they take advantage of that attacking dominance, we should see some really big scorelines coming in the next couple of weeks. Goalkeeper saves, Michael Vows 2 to Smith's 3. Corner kicks, Auckland got 3 corner kicks to Adelaide's 9. Some other stats, blocked shots, Auckland 6, Adelaide 3. Shots from inside the box was even, 8 shots each. And the XG, expected goals, Auckland 1.29 to Adelaide's 1.12. Taking a look at some takeaways and an outlook for next week. For Auckland FC, the big positive is the team managed to win a tight game. It shows mental resilience. Their set-piece delivery from De Vries to Cosgrove and the second goal build-up, Mai, Randall and Verstraete, all show they have attacking depth. However, conceding just before half-time is a habit to stamp out. Also, the fact that Adelaide had 9 corners indicates they were under sustained pressure from set pieces. This needs to be tightened. Next week, coach Steve Corica will likely maintain the core back 4 and midfield, but perhaps look to freshen things up in the wide areas. The win moves them to top of the table, which brings expectations. Managing the pressure is key. For Adelaide, they showed they can respond and threaten, but they lacked the finishing and control after conceding the second goal. Their set-piece attack, 6 corners, is a strength, but their defence at set pieces is a weakness. Next week, they'll look to steady their defensive shape, possibly freshen legs in midfield, and aim to convert more of their chances they create. The fact they conceded 2 sloppy goals, one from a dead ball and one from a rebound, suggests focus and concentration needs boosting. Possible changes we could see for Auckland: the return of Gallegos to full fitness may offer more midfield rotations. We now see Brimmer and Gallegos facing off for that midfield role, whereas last season it was Brimmer and Mai. Mai has maintained that more attacking positioning, and Brimmer dropping in deep, taking over from Gallegos, who has been out injured. The club will want to keep the momentum going. For Adelaide, they may explore different defensive personnel or tweak how they defend corners and free kicks, given the pressure they came under at Mount Smart. The result will boost Auckland's confidence and position in the league table, which means their upcoming opposition will see them as a tougher test. So the team needs to maintain that intensity. On the flip side, Adelaide will now be under pressure to respond positively. Their next match is already important. That wraps up our post-match review of Auckland FC's 2-1 win over Adelaide United. It wasn't perfect, but it was winning football, and as fans, we can be pleased with what we saw. Next week brings a new challenge. Of course, we know it's the big derby against Wellington Phoenix down in Wellington. The first of 2 away trips to Sky Stadium this season. And we'll be right here to gear it up. Thanks for tuning in to Night Fever. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe and leave a review. Follow us on our socials so you don't miss the next episode. I'll catch you next time for a match preview of the derby down in Wellington against the Phoenix. Up the port, up the Black Knights. Goodbye for now.